Hello, this is Christina Sparks with Coldwell Banker, back with another video, and today I want to talk about how to pick the right agent. Whether you're a buyer or seller, this video is for you. There are 6 things that questions, prompts that get you thinking about what you're looking for in an agent, or maybe things that you didn't even think of. Stay tuned and we'll go over 6 things that you should ask your agent to kind of get a feel for them and their personality to see if they are right for you. So when I talk about getting an agent, figuring out which real estate agent is right for you, they know their market. Of course you want an agent who knows their market. Figuring out what you need and want from an agent is completely up to you. It's going to vary by every single person and what they're looking for. So start asking yourself these questions, maybe figure out what kind of agent you're looking for. And if you have any additional criteria for what maybe you looked for in an agent, or maybe something you are looking for in an agent, throw it down below. That includes cons. So if you've discovered something in an agent that you're not a huge fan of, let me know. Okay, number 1, how long have you been a full-time real estate agent? I like this question because being a full-time agent it's very, you have to be committed to be a full-time agent. We are commission-based only. So if you're a committed agent, most likely you're a full-time agent. Now, I'm not disparaging part-time agents. I was a part-time agent once myself. Basically, from a client perspective, if you're asking your agent this, a potential agent this, you want to know if you can get a hold of them, what kind of timeline or what kind of availability do they have to answer your questions, what kind of availability are you going to have for the buyers that are going to come see this property. From a buyer perspective, if you don't have time to show them houses except for nights and weekends, that makes it a little inconvenient for your client, right? So just a few things to think about. It may not matter to you whether the agent is part-time or full-time or how long they've been an agent, but it is something to think about, because the longer you're in the industry, usually the more that you understand and know about the current area and the current market. This brings me straight into my second point. What is your availability? You should be asking your agent, what is their availability? I tell my clients I am available from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Those are my office hours. I set a boundary with myself as far as work goes, and I don't answer 10:30 phone calls and I don't answer 10:30 text messages. I just don't. It's for my sanity. It's just the way that I like to operate, but I am available from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. So I do tell my clients that, and that's a question that as a client you need to be asking an agent. What's your availability? Do you have a second job? Do you have kids? Do you have games you need to be at? And it's all based on having the information up front. That way that when you're working together, you're not surprised or disappointed. Number 3, what is the primary contact throughout our working relationship? Asking your agent how they prefer to communicate could be important. That agent may prefer to communicate via text, via email, via phone calls. Every person is different and how they communicate is different as well. I personally like text messages. The only reason being is it's in writing. I remember what you asked me. I don't have to grab a pen and paper while we're on the phone. Or if we're on a phone call, I'll ask my client to text me information if it's something that I need to know. But figure out how they like to communicate, and if they are a very communicative person. I think that's important as well, because some people don't communicate the little things. They don't check in as often. I check in with my listings once a week, with my buyers probably multiple times a week if they're actively looking. So the communication is very important. That's all. A lot of relationships fail, just relationships in general. So keeping that line of communication open and understanding what the agent's availability is and their communication type is can really help for a mutually beneficial relationship between client and agent. Number 4, how do you plan to help me in a competitive market? So this obviously depends buyer seller, the conversation that will come after that question, but it's a very important question. As a buyer, you want to know, are you going to be able to negotiate for me? Are you going to walk me through this process? They don't know anything. As a seller, how are you going to market my home? That is the big thing with sellers, is how are you going to market it? How are you going to get out and show my house to everybody that needs to see it? So as a buyer or seller, asking your agent, how do you plan on helping me in a competitive market, is a great question to ask. They will either stumble or they will be able to just start spewing ideas, because we've been through it, we know how to help. Number 5, who can I contact for a reference? I've never had this question, but it makes me want to encourage my clients to ask me that. No, but in all seriousness, reviews. Read the reviews on the agents, read their Facebooks, read their website blogs. If an agent is staying on top of these types of things, they will have plenty of reviews either on their website, on Facebook, or even on Google business page. There's a place for reviews there as well. So if an agent is keeping up with their business, they will have reviews. If they don't have any reviews, hopefully they have a list of references, maybe past clients, maybe close friends. But anyways, from a client perspective, it's nice to see others' opinions of you, because since they've worked with you. And of course, I tell everybody, take those with a grain of salt, because personalities are so different. So if a bad review got left, maybe it was a bad client, you know. Always make that decision for yourself, but you do want to see the reviews of that person and what their clients have had to say about them. Okay, number 6, how many buyers and sellers do you work with at one time? Now, you can ask an agent this. The answer is going to vary depending on the agent and on the market, in all honesty. Right now, we're in a low inventory market, so there's not as many listings. I only have 3 right now. So it's gonna vary depending on a lot of factors, but you wanna make sure that your agent has the time for you. You want to make sure that they're not out there dealing with 100 clients on their own and don't have time for you. And there are other things that can go into this as well. If you hire an agent that has a whole team, if you hire an agent that has an assistant, there's many different factors in there, but asking the questions is how you create the conversation and figure out if that agent is going to be a good fit for you. Ultimately, you really want an agent who you get along with, an agent that listens to you and your needs and wants and concerns and fears. You want an agent that you get along with, that you can handle their communication style. Not every agent is going to be the right fit for you, I can promise you that. But doing the interviews, even phone calls will work. Interviewing agents is a very good idea when it comes to the biggest transaction of your life. Thank you for watching. If you have any ideas down below, share your stories. I'd love to hear them. Till next time, take care.